All right, boys and girls. So we're back for Tuesday and part two. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys read along with me so that you are able to answer all your questions and fill in the charts, okay? And we're going to start with great inventions, paragraph 8. Everybody read along with me. In 1876, Edison attended the Centennial Exhibition World's Fair in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He displayed one of his automatic telegraph machines. It could send messages at high speeds. Edison also displayed an electric pen with a tiny motor. It was used to make copies of documents. This invention got a lot of attention at the exhibition and won awards for its innovative design. While at the fair, Edison was inspired by what he saw. His visit sparked many new ideas. Edison was especially curious about a device on display called a telephone, invented by Alexander Graham Bell. This device transmitted the sound of a human voice over wires. Boys and girls, this is what we read about in the previous two stories. In 1877, Edison worked on a way to improve Bell's telephone. He made it possible for voices to sound louder and clearer over the telephone wires. I never pick up an item without thinking of how to improve it, Edison had said. He also made improvements on his telegraph machines. As a result of his experiments, Edison ended up with a new kind of sound machine. He invented the first phonograph. He found a way to record sound on a cylinder coated with tinfoil. The machine had one needle for recording sound, and it also had a needle for playing back sound. As sound vibrated, the needles pressed into the cylinder in the same pattern. This will help you answer the question, boys and girls. The first words Edison spoke into the machine were from a nursery rhyme. Mary had a little lamb. The machine played his own words back to him. Edison knew his invention was important. He saw many ways it could help people communicate. People could record letters on the cylinders instead of writing them down on paper. People could read onto the cylinders and play back it to the blind people. Families could record and keep sounds of their children's voices. Many ideas led to new tools for communication. And here's a picture of the phonograph that led to many important inventions. Edison started a company that sold phonographs in cylinders. People bought cylinders with their favorite music on it. Later, wax discs, known as records, became the most used format. Edison's fame increased in 1878. He was invited to the White House to demonstrate the phonograph. To President Rutherford B. Hayes, Edison was nicknamed the Wizard of Menlo Park by a newspaper reporter. Even after so many inventions, Edison still brimmed his great ideas. For 2 years, he and the scientists in his lab worked hard on new projects. He wanted to develop a light bulb that used less electricity than other bulbs and could burn much longer. Edison's lab tested thousands of ideas and materials. In 1879, they produced a light bulb that glowed for more than 14 hours, longer than any light bulb until that time. Typical light bulbs only lasted a few minutes. Edison eventually produced bulbs that could glow for 1,500 hours. They looked very much like the light bulbs we see in our homes today. By the age of 83, Thomas Edison obtained 1,093 patents for his inventions. His work improved the way in which we communicate every day. Edison died in 1931. By the time most American homes had both electrical lights and